Hi guys, good morning from Europe, good afternoon, good evening guys, whatever you are. Here is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. Sunday morning, it's crypto time. Let's go through Bitcoin and Ether charts. Let's start with the Bitcoin weekly chart, and well, it's gonna be better visible on the daily chart, all right? So, well, it was a huge drop at the very beginning of the week. Then recovery, we even went higher above the weekly open, but looks like end of the week is some kind of the continuation to the downside. So overall, finally a little bit of the breath, profit taking, whatever you wanna call it. From the weekly chart perspective, depends where we are going to get the close. There is a possibility to try to measure how high can we go and what kind of the lows we can see. So if we are going to end up as we see the chart right now, then the difference between previous week high, right, and this week high, we can make the measure, and if the continuation of the profit taking correction is going to happen, so the max, right, for the next week should be around 37,650 more or less, right? So we are talking about this particular level over here. Now, another thing very important in my opinion when it comes to the Bitcoin is the things related to what kind of the gap we already closed. So taking into the consideration previous week low, it was this type of the gap close. The next one is close to 25. That's something we already discussed, right? And then guys, levels close to 20,000. Okay, levels close to 20,000. Now from the weekly chart perspective, there is even one more level lower, and that's levels close to 16.5, but I'm not taking into the consideration right now. This level is a little bit too low in my opinion. So let's switch to the daily chart. All right, there are two things bears may want to try to trade out, and that's the thing with this rally, this pullback, and this low over here, right? So what could be the case here? Well, in my opinion, if we are going to agree that that's the latest low, so it could be either one-to-one with this big move to the upside, and then this daily demand around 26, and this demand with the lower shadow around 23.5 could be in place, right? That could be the number one solution for the bears. The second solution for the bears could be even more juicy, and we are talking about this low, right? And we are talking about this rally, right? More than 80%. Repeat the low, right? Another rally of 80% towards levels we discussed a second ago, and then move down under own weight like this, right? In that case, we can make this type of the measure, right, and make it lower, and suddenly 20K consolidation might be in play. I'm really bullish when it comes to the Bitcoin, but also, you know, we have to avoid some kind of the panic buying and chasing the prices. So in that case, well, really, I would avoid the chasing the prices. I'm not sure if we are going to break 30,000. I don't know, right? We might hold these levels, and definitely, that's the first line of the buying zone around 30.2850 discussed some time ago. So that's how I see the things related to the Bitcoin. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the Ether, because here it could be very similar, right? from the weekly chart perspective, we retest the demand based on the previous week breakout to the upside, as you can see here, right? We retest that level, and that was retest of that old supply. Nice, right? But we have few more gaps. We have like 800, if you do remember. We do have another one around 700, and the 700 is the most important because it's this breakout. So, well, very similar to what we discussed when it comes to the Bitcoin. How it could play out? Well, let's switch to the daily chart. As long as the high holds, I think here the bears may want to try to trade this swing high and the finishing business we've seen yesterday, right? So whatever towards 1250 could be the selling opportunity. Now it could be just 1-to-1 with this demand, right? Or same to what we discussed to Bitcoin, it could be boom, more than 80%, boom, almost 80%, and finally go down. So let's make the measure of that possible move. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen. I really don't know, but that could bring us to that pre-breakout consolidation around 500 zone, right? That could be the case. And taking into the consideration what we've seen last week when it comes to the overall financial market, right? The sentiment went down a bit, okay? If that's going to continue, then the things might get worse, and well, if the overall negative sentiment is going to push the financial market lower, then I truly believe that crypto is not gonna be the only rising asset. It's going to go down. All right, so finally, let's have a look and check what's better to be on right now, Ether or Bitcoin from the weekly chart perspective. We are still in the consolidation phase, right? We are still in the consolidation phase based on the weekly chart. With that being said, this latest retest, right, 2 weeks ago, and those two lower shadows showing that the Ether bulls are trying to take over. Of course, that might happen, but we need to move higher, right? Retest lower levels and continue to the upside. So that's how I see the things when it comes to the Ether versus Bitcoin. So overall, right now, bulls are trying to push higher. It could be also related to the Bitcoin longs profit taking, all right? But you wanna see the prices to hold above 0.026, 0.025 when it comes to the Ether versus Bitcoin. With that being said, guys, don't chase the prices, be careful, don't be trapped. It was my pleasure to prepare this update for you. See you around, take care and goodbye.